Welcome to Underhaven episode 28. We are joined by 50% of the Insomnist show.
What's up, guys?
We've got RyanHimself here today. We'll see what happens. Maybe Sinrise will join in eventually, but for now we got Ryan, and that's more than good enough for me. We're gonna have a good show today. I guess I should probably shout out that one thing we want to shout out. We have a Discord server. I'm always in there talking to people and shit. So not only that, but you can get updates and everything that you could possibly want related to Underhaven if you join our Discord server. I'm sure many of you are already there, but if you aren't, then you should be, because it's a great place. Yeah, video notifications, and we'll let you know when we go live on Twitch. Actually, Animancer occasionally does like Twitch streams, just like him talking into his phone. Let's call it what it really is, right? I rip off ideology, and
that's what it is. Let's not beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend as though like that's something you came up with. No, we ripped them off.
Yeah.
Or you did. I haven't done one yet. Actually, like during like the last one you did, you talked a bit about your fucking bong.
I did, and,
you actually cleaned it prior to the show because it's fucking filthy.
It looked too much like Egghead's tub, yeah.
It did. Here's what happened. So, like, he's doing this fucking ideology ripoff shit.
Yeah.
And somebody comments on, like, the state of his bong, and they're like, God, that's filthy. That's just nasty. And, Animancer's like, yeah, kind of reminds me of Egghead's tub. And so I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. So... okay, let's just imagine, like, you had, like, weed smoke emitting from, like, Egghead's tub. Would you inhale that? No, you fucking wouldn't. Go clean that shit. And he did.
That's why I had to do it before this stream. Even though people can't see me, I know that people would have caught on that I was smoking out of Egghead's tub, so I can't do that anymore.
You know how these things go.
Yeah.
I'm a slob. I'm a 31-year-old virgin.
There you go. I love it. I've never used it. I've just had it. Yeah, I know the source of that, too. I don't know if we could play it on the show, but it would be funny.
Yeah, I don't know how Twitch would feel about that. Here's the thing, though. When I was cleaning my bong, I had to get Ryby and Paul's Ego to help me with it live, because I just didn't have the incentive to clean it out,
yeah. And then your fiance throws eggs at you.
Yeah. Well, throws eggs at me while I'm inside of the bong cleaning it.
Yeah, she took way too much enjoyment out of that. Like,
yeah, you could see, like, the devilish... I've never seen her smile, like, when she threw eggs on Egghead, dude.
Yeah, like, even when he's defending her on the internet, she's like, what are you doing? But then, like, when she gets to throw shit at him, that's like when you see a smirk. That's when she gets all jolly inside, yeah.
Speaking of Egghead, though, I just want to, like... I know this is kind of funny, like, saying this after what happened to him, but he's going through some rough shit, so I wanted to just give him some positivity and be like, maybe, guys, let's not all be a dick to Egghead for, like, one day, because...
Wait, what happened to him?
Kill me with this shit.
I'll just... it's fine. I'll just leave it at this. Like, one of his family members who he's really close to is going through, like, some bad shit, so... he's not been feeling too well. Just, send him good regards and positive vibes for a change, I guess.
Yeah, like, maybe we should not riff on his videos for a while. Maybe we should just, like, leave him alone.
I didn't put an Egghead video in the queue this time, so.
Yeah, it's like, he's going through some shit. Let's fuck with him.
Yeah,
it's like, let's play his cringiest shit and make fun of it.
He enjoys when we talk about his shit, though, but, I mean.
It's like a masochistic pleasure.
Yeah, it is. It is. I think Egghead needs to look into that a little bit. But
oh, more.
Oh,
gee shucks.
But no, if you're watching this, Egghead, then best of luck, man. We wish you the best, and hell yeah.
Hell fucking yeah. So tell us a bit about Insomnist.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, what can I say? Let's see, if I had to describe it, I would say it's a targeted misinformation campaign with a healthy dose of skepticism towards the systems of power. We guess the news.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like fake news, but at the same time critical of other people's fake news.
Yeah, like news, YouTubers, stuff like that.
Sweet.
Yeah, in all honesty, though, I've watched their show quite a few times, and they do a very good job, and they deserve more subscribers. So if you guys like this show and you're interested in looking for other podcasts, then definitely check out their show. It's pretty fucking good. I believe they'll be doing one later today, right?
Yeah, not too long from now.
Cool.
3 p.m. Pacific, 6 on the other side, whatever that's called.
All right, man. I hope your co-host wakes up in time. But
you know what? He just messaged me. He said shit.
all right.
Okay.
He can hop in here at any time. It's
yeah. It's an open call. He can just join in.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we'll jump into it.
Sweet.
So this is a new intro I made for Pastor Steven Anderson, because we played him a few times, and I figured, hey, why not do that?
Oh, I know where this is going already.
Oh, this is gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
You've been deceived tonight. You've been lied to. The media has been brainwashing you week after week and month after month and day after day. No homos will ever be allowed on this church as long as I'm the pastor here. Never!
Mr. Anderson.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking radical. I love it. Oh my god.
All
Now,
right.
he's not the one that was sexualizing that wand in front of everybody, is he? You know what I'm talking about?
He's done so much crazy shit that I don't know, but he's the same guy who jumps up on podiums and all that type of shit.
Yeah, he also gets tased by cops.
Well, let me ask this. Are you placing me under arrest?
You are under arrest.
And what
Am I being detained?
What crime am I being charged with?
Hey, these guys are telling me that a canine alerted to your vehicle for the presence.
And I've asked repeatedly for that dog to be brought back out because I say that it didn't happen. And they are refusing to get the dog back out because they know that...
Your word against theirs at this point, though, right?
Yeah, it is. And I don't fucking trust the whole canine shit anyway. So I don't like coming to his defense, but really, in all fairness, that is a bullshit excuse.
Oh yeah, this guy is definitely going through some bullshit right now, but it's hard for me to I do feel sympathy for him in the situation, but it's hard for me to do so because he just does everything wrong. You know what I mean? To get himself out of the situation without a problem. It's really
situation.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's just Pastor Steven Anderson, out of all people, has never done any drug. I can just tell. So to say okay, our K9 units detected something, no, bullshit. This guy's more straight edge than somebody who's been sober their whole life.
Yeah, look how
There's no
pent up
fucking
and
way.
angry he always is at everything that exists. Do you think this guy is doing drugs? No, clearly not.
They're not telling the truth.
You can do one.
Because I wouldn't answer their questions, they came up with that.
I'm going to take you out of the car.
Well, let me ask this. When you place someone under arrest, don't you have to put them under arrest for something specific?
I'm a police officer. I'm ordering you out of the car.
Will you answer my question, police officer?
I'm a police
What are you placing me under arrest for?
Prefer to obey me right now.
So I have to obey
Such
you by
bullshit,
law?
dude.
Yeah.
I'm putting you under arrest because you're not agreeing to come out of your car and be arrested for no reason. What the? Are you retarded?
Yeah, he just wrote that law right then and there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He put it right in the law books then and there.
Yeah, it's called the Anderson defense.
Even when you're stopping me
Ironic.
without cause?
Hey, close your eyes.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Person.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh hey.
So, dude.
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, welcome. We're watching a pastor get tased. How you doing?
Yeah.
Good,
what's up?
good. How long have you guys been streaming?
About
Only for
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I'm not that late. Whew.
Yeah, 10 minutes on the dot while I said that.
Nice. All right.
From this point on, I didn't see anything because my eyes were closed. Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense because
Open your eyes.
This guy looks like he's gonna try and shatter the window, so I imagine that's why. Yep.
Yep, you got it.
Yep. Good thing.
So they tased him. Yeah.
Oh my god!
You took the pages through the hole.
Kind of sounded like Egghead.
I know.
We shouldn't make fun of it. I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's funny.
And now the border patrols. So this is like the surveillance video. And that's it.
That's crazy.
So there you have it. So that was it. I found that video like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. So just thought I'd play it.
What was that guy entire doing? Segment where Steven Anderson gets like arrested and shit like that. Like that.
We could probably arrange that. Yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah. Jesus.
Alright.
So what was the problem? What was that guy doing there?
He was refusing to cooperate. So they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna smash your fucking window and tase you," which is bullshit. I don't agree with that at all. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a bit much.
Well, I don't know. It's just better to do what the cops tell you to do, because
I agree.
You.
It is. Like he should have done that, but I mean, like at the same time, I can't defend the cops, based on the fact that they have a rumor for using violence.
Yeah. It's a rough spot.
Yeah. It is.
Well, I thought that especially if you know you're not doing anything.
You're better off just complying and then dealing with it later.
They're extra dimensional beings that they are not what they claim to be.
That audio was that audio in one of their albums.
It's a hidden tool track. Well, actually, the original was like a prank call some comic book author did.
Dude, everyone brings up Tool when you play that intro.
Do they?
Well,
yeah, Pimmonk did too. Remember?
A million times.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I had it on my PC. I'm like, yeah, why not? Just chuck that in there.
That's some Tool, yeah.
And this is what the Democrat Party believes.
Well, this guy's animated.
This is what they are about. They are murderers. They are evil. They are.
It's like an anime villain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Racist. They want to open our borders to.
And you got the guy just nodding in agreement.
Yeah, everything you're saying makes sense.
These are taxes. I tell you what, they are a scary, frightening party, and as the righteous people of God, we must stand against them. What do you think, Chris?
I think that was a crock of shit. But go on.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, how the fuck could you nod your head to this?
You're gonna act like there's not corruption all around Washington? Like, I know the Democrats have it pretty bad, but, like, both political parties here in America have it pretty fucking bad. And this guy's literally saying that the Democrats are, like, possessed by demons.
Yeah, that's a little much. I don't like Democrats either, but,
Yeah, that's a bit much. He's taking it a bit far.
I'm glad you brought the abortion up. I read that article. We had that article on our paper down here in Tennessee just yesterday about the abortion. And I couldn't believe it. I read that. I had to read it twice to make sure what I was reading is right. More people died last year by abortion than any other cause. And again, wars and history did not take this many people out. Right. Bill, if the blood of Cain...
I find that hard to believe, but maybe it's true. I
heard a statistic the other day, but I'm not going to repeat it before I look it up myself again.
Sure.
The Bible. Let me use a quick Bible story here. And God went to Cain after he had killed his brother, and he told Cain, he said, the blood of your brother is crying to me from the ground. If the blood of one soul cried to God...
Yeah, but God made him do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I don't know. I don't need the whole God thing to, like, not be cool with killing babies. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, but even giving them that, it doesn't make any fucking sense if you look at the story in its entirety.
Yeah, they just think that everything done by the Democrats is a negative action because they're like tools of Satan. And when that's just not the case, there's a bunch of shitty politicians who have an agenda that they want to push and money that they want to make. Why is it so hard for these guys to comprehend that that's what's going on here? It doesn't all have to be satanic ritualism.
Yeah, it's easier just to make your political enemies in Satan.
Literally, yeah.
They don't have to talk to them. That's what the left does,
Yeah, they do that in their own way
too.
Looks like in between 2014 and or 1970 and 2014, it looks like it totals up to 45 million. But people are going around saying 41 million in 2018. That doesn't make sense. Now, the first figure that I gave you guys is ones that were reported to the CDC. So I don't know where these people are getting the 41 million number from.
It could be, it could be any. It's kind of hard
coming
to
from
That's ridiculous. There's no way.
It's coming from their anuses. That's where it's coming from. At least if I were to take a wild guess, it's like, oh yeah, this statistics. Hold on. There you go. Yeah.
Ground. How many souls are crying to God because of abortion and the blood of these babies that have soaked our land?
42 million in 1 year.
Exactly, and that is unfathomable. But you know
it
something?
Might be 42,000 in 1 year.
Yeah, that's a bit more acceptable.
Which is probably what the number is. He probably just got it wrong.
Yeah. I'm sure that when he was going on his tangent, he wanted to make it seem as devilish as possible, right? So he tried to make it seem as bad as possible.
No.
And now he's perhaps, actually talking a bit more honestly. But even then, like, if you have these statistics, like, you clearly have a show with some decent production quality here. At least you couldn't put your you couldn't put your evidence on the screen and shit like that. A lot more people would believe you if you did.
Yeah, it's like we had an article on the show, and it said this. It's like, how about you just like quote it and put it up like on the screen so we can see it.
Yeah, even when we on Underhaven, when we play articles and videos and shit like that, most of the time I put the sources in the description so that people can check that shit out and make their own rational decisions.
Yeah, we always do.
Pinoid News in the chat is reporting 642,000. That's more in line with the numbers that I'm looking at, not 22 or not 41 million or whatever they said.
Yeah. That sounds more realistic than millions.
Yeah.
What is the party that promotes that? What's the party that's out there putting money in Planned Parenthood's pockets? I guarantee you the House will pass bill after bill after bill over the next couple of weeks. I guarantee it's a priority that they're going to try to put funding back in Planned Parenthood. Where President Trump has done everything to take it away, they're going to try to put it back in the hands of these abortionists. And Bill, it's one of the most vital.
So many politicians here in America, so many stupid issues where we could be spending money on something better, like our infrastructure or any number of things. But all we want to bitch about is Planned Parenthood and walls.
Yeah.
It kind of kills me.
Righteous fights that we can fight for is life. Because I'm going to tell you this: if a party or a candidate, I don't care who it is, cannot fight for the unborn and the life of the helpless, they sure as hell can't fight for you out here listening to me talk. Because if they can't fight for a helpless unborn baby, they're not going to fight for your life either. They will sell
Such an
you
appeal
out.
to emotion. Like, I get what they're trying to say here, but like, really, like, I'm sure that there are reasonable politicians out there, like, in general, who have these stances, and maybe even some out there that he would agree with personally on every other issue, but because of this one stance, he considers people to be satanic pawns of.
Well, it's like, why don't you guys fight for the unborn babies and we'll fight for other shit? Like, you guys join that team, you guys focus on this, and then, we'll focus on these other things.
That's a good point, yeah.
Not everybody has to take on all the fucking issues.
The same pet issue. Exactly.
Or how about, like, they, fight for the fucking kids who are born? Like, it seems to me, like, as soon as you're born, nobody gives a fuck. Especially not these fucking jackasses. Do you think they actually give a shit about, like, any kid who lives on any kind of, like, social benefit program at all? No. They don't give a fuck. As soon as you're born, it's like, oh, fuck you. Just, any public education, nah, don't fund that. Healthcare, no shit's given.
Yeah.
It's like, God, it just seems to me like you want people to be born. You don't want them to actually, like, be,
thrive,
thrive or benefit from, like, anything society has to offer.
It's true.
Trader you, they will trade you off.
You know what? I think I'm good with this.
I think I'm done too. I think I've overdosed. Honestly.
We've had our fulfillment of bullshit. Actually, we haven't. But
the whole show is bullshit. But
it is, and it's bad for you.
It's bad for. Without our commentary. No.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Evil must be gummish. The gum issue. This guy. Let's
get into it.
Is that his fucking intro?
No, that's our intro.
That's our intro for him.
He actually has his own, but it's like 5 minutes long, and it's full of random shit. Like,
of course.
I think you'll. Let's see if I can find it.
It's on most of the videos we cover. Oh my!
What is
this? Skyrim character.
Whoa.
That's Vaughn's Skyrim character.
It looks just like him. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, is there anything else to this?
The hell happened to the weather? The weather has went absolutely fucking berserk.
It's not climate change, right?
Not helping.
No.
You know,
Dude, fucking Billy Goat.
Yeah, he does. Von Helton probably thinks it's like the DC Comics supervillain, the Weather Wizard, who did all this shit.
Yeah.
The National Weather Service is issuing warnings.
By the way, if
all
he
over
actually
the
says
place.
that, I haven't seen this whole video, so I just want to say that I predicted that. If he actually,
there's a chance he could say that. That's a possibility.
It's true.
It is 11:57, Friday, January the 22nd.
Look at him.
And
stroke
of
that
course, I
scruffy ass
documented
beard.
the freakish weather.
Yeah, let me change hand
for everybody to see.
Look how uneven it is.
So,
he can at least stand to like even
let's
it
get
out a
into
little bit.
Yeah, make
get
that
into
shit
it.
nice before the show.
Yeah.
Okay, here's his fucking intro.
I don't
Here's
grow
his
facial
intro.
hair because it could look patchy and shitty.
I've got a message.
Alright, listen to this.
For all the scumbags, losers, killers, and haters of this world. Evil must be punished.
Yeah.
And then he plays his fucking intro, and it's like it's full of boring
Yeah, then he
shit.
shows his
Like,
burger, dude. He shows his burger. That's the.
here's my gun. Here are pots and pans. Here's some
My
paprika.
guy with
Here's
the Punisher logo on it like a dick.
Yeah.
here's a
His
burger.
burger, yeah. Dude, I always hate whenever I see him hold up that burger, I get disgusted because it's just so weird. He puts chips on it and everything. Like, who does that shit, dude?
Von
There's
Helton.
always a disaster behind him too.
Yeah, I know. Like a tornado just hit or something. Yeah.
Could it be
That's half
real,
the
dude?
reason why I don't use my camera. It's like I don't feel like cleaning this shit up, and I'm not sharing it with the fucking world.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, the Shadow the Hedgehog music, and you guys can't hear it, but there's Shadow the Hedgehog music in the background, right?
Now, is this going to be?
'Cause that's what I think when I watch this guy.
Blizzard of
Yes,
77,
Shadow.
78.
Sonic.
No way in hell. No way in hell.
Yeah, this guy's rock and roll.
The Blizzard
man.
of 70.
Yeah. Look at him. Rock and roll.
77 and 78, the whole damn country was knocked out. So no. But you know, is it pretty bad? Yeah, they're expecting feet, not inches, feet. So.
Von Helton probably thinks that blizzards are caused by the same company who made World of Warcraft.
And even now.
Yeah, I was gonna
took
say,
my-
don't tell me that this guy is one of the Jews control the weather guys, is he?
I don't believe.
I don't know if he is. I mean, like, I would not put that past him, but I have not heard him say anything that indicates him
He
believing
believes like there's secret societies pulling the strings and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
And he believes all that crazy shit, but I don't think he's like. I've never seen him say anything against the Jews or anything.
Official recording, it's coming down even harder. You know,
Oh my
so,
God,
I mean,
SWEGTA.
it's-
Dude, we just made Von Helton out to be anti-Semitic.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, this guy. You can explain if you.
Okay,
if you
so
want.
we've covered some of his videos in the past, and at one point we had Jeff Holiday on, and so he's got his webcam on up in the left corner. Von Helton points towards something off camera, and he kind of looks like he's doing like a Nazi salute. So Jeff, being Jeff, fucking positions his hand to make it look like it's extending outside of the frame, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a heil, yeah.
So it's his hand, doing.
Yeah, so we laugh at it, and we're like, all right, let's move on, and we continue talking about the video. He sees this clip on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
And so, like, days later, Animancer contacts him, and he asks him, like, hey, want to be on our show? We're gonna be polite, we're not gonna fucking jump on you and make fun of you. We'll let you have an opportunity at explaining how, the things you believe and all that.
Yeah, why not?
And his response was something to the effect of, there's no way I would go on your show. Especially after you guys made me out to be a Nazi.
Yeah, he
Or,
said
like, after you guys called me a Nazi.
Yeah.
And you're lucky I don't have money for an attorney. That's what he said.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. Yeah, we've been running into a lot of different folks online that want to call the cops for getting their feelings hurt on the internet. They're going to call the FBI.
All too common.
Yeah, man. It's like, this isn't Europe, man. You can't do that.
Yeah. Thank God, right? Fuck. Yeah, actually.
You know what? You're gonna get sued.
Anyway.
I'll sue ya. I'll take all your money. Yeah, but that's kind of like par for the course when you do like internet shit, like podcast covering other people's videos, doing responses, shit like that.
Yeah.
There's always somebody out there who's like, "You're lucky I don't have money to sue you, even though I couldn't, even if I had the financial means to make that happen."
Well, it's interesting. We had one guy fuck with us because he's pissed, but he does weird things. Like he started a GoFundMe account for us.
Like,
yeah, I was like,
wait, was
like
that
a legal defense fund or what?
Was he the one who started that GoFundMe who was like, get better equipment because this one host sounds like he's talking into a fucking phone? Yeah. Yep.
You saw that?
I did see that because that guy followed me on Twitter and I was like, what is
that?
This?
Yeah,
Wait,
that guy
What's
follows.
his name?
He follows everybody that we follow on Twitter.
Something News Network, isn't that like what his Twitter handle is? I don't remember quite.
Media Literacy Program, LITERECY.
By the way, I guess I should just bring this up real quick since it's like tangentially related to what we're discussing. So I watched a Von Helton video recently. It wasn't good enough for the show, but someone in his chat asked what he's gonna do like when his mom's gone, right? Because his mom's the entire reason why he has somewhere to live and all that shit. And he was like, by the time that my mom is gone, I'll be a millionaire because I'll make so much money off suing the trolls that have slandered me over the years that I'm just going to have billions and billions of dollars. So it won't matter.
What?
It won't matter.
How's
when
any
Mama...
of that connected? Wait, explain that.
What are you talking about? Okay, so he thinks that he's not going to have to worry about when his mother passes away because he'll have enough money by then from suing trolls and haters on the
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna monetize all the shit that people have talked about me. If there's one thing that I'm good for, it's shit.
Yeah. and here's the thing too. Like people asked him, like, people gave him like a genuine question, and that's his best plan for if his mother passes away and he has nowhere to go or anything or no money to fucking support himself. That's his fucking solution. He's already said on Twitter that he would do that anyway if he could. So what? Does he just think he's randomly someday going to come across enough money to sue one of the haters and just sue every single person that's ever supposedly slandered him over the course of the internet? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't get the mentality of some people who seem to be under the impression that if you're upset, that somehow like damages that you can sue someone for.
Well,
or if they say something mean about you, that's slander. It's like, no, that's not what that means.
Yeah, you know what pisses me off about that? Like when you do a response video and the person you're responding to doesn't like the fact that you responded in the way you did. So they're like, oh, I'm going to DMCA this or sue you because I never gave you permission to feature my video in your video.
It's like you put your thoughts and ideas out on the internet. You need to expect people to come and respond.
The fucked up thing about that is that YouTube has enabled people like that to get around the law. Essentially, that's what their copyright system is.
Yeah,
it's true.
You know, there's already
you can report somebody's video
for taking someone to court over a copyright violation. That already exists in our culture, but YouTube invented a way to get around that.
Yeah, you can get a notice from YouTube that says you've been DMCA'd by this person, and then their name is haha fuck you.
The thing is, like, YouTube did not invent that. I mean, like, they gave you a feature to use that a law.
I know that's the problem.
The thing is, too, like,
is the problem. Like that's
it's not
how it works.
It's way too fucking easy to use it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, like, I've seen people try to
is that the internet is something special or somehow unique that we need different laws for. We didn't need the fucking Digital Millennium Copyright Act. A regular copyright law covered all that shit already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is, too, like, people will attempt to flee it by inventing new websites. Like, oh, this is going to be, like a copyright-free zone or some shit. It's like, no, you can't do that. Every website on the internet is legally bound to honoring the DMCA. There's no way to just evade that.
Yeah.
Unless, you're like Encyclopedia Dramatica and you have your fucking server in, like, the Cayman Islands or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. The law is the law according to whatever country you're in, and that already applied. We didn't need DMCA. There's people thought that, oh, because it's digital, somehow that's fundamentally different, so we need new laws. It's like intellectual property is intellectual property. The medium doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think a big part of the problem is that just a lot of the time laws just aren't properly taken out, regarding internet shit. Like a lot of the times they can be, but only if it escalates to like something bigger. A lot of the petty like there's illegal shit that goes on the internet all the time, and it's just nothing is done about it at all. People, and it really sucks because people on YouTube get punished all the time for doing shit that's not even close to illegal, shit that's actually fair use.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the thing about a lot of these people that get their feelings hurt on the internet, they don't realize that in order to sue somebody for slander, you actually have to be able to prove that damages were made and you had lost income over it.
Yeah, or
it's they none lied of these about cases you. Ever. Yeah, none of these cases ever go through.
I know that, and you can. The thing is you can sue somebody for anything you want and actually go to court. All you gotta do is cost you money.
That's another thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to. It's like, what, it costs me money to sue someone? Are you?
So this guy thinks he's going to sue some people and win money, but really he's going to end up getting charged.
And the thing is too, like,
you're gonna.
You mentioned that, and I kind of forgot about it, but I remember now. Like, there are instances of huge corporations using lawsuits to basically bully competitors into submission. Mm-hmm. Like, there actually have been, like those pink ribbon cancer fundraisers. Mm-hmm. There are some out there that are not at all legitimate. Like, they have no affiliation with any kind of charity. They just adopt that pink theme to entice people to buy their products, thinking that it actually supports research or medical assistance for people with those kind of conditions. Yep. But it doesn't. And a lot of these businesses actually sue other brands who use the same theme, just like the color pink.
Wow,
it's used as a method to bully those businesses out of competition, basically.
Yeah, we sometimes we see companies do that without even having to invoke the law because they're best buddies with each other, so they can ban Sargon of Akkad off Patreon and shit like that. They don't even have to go. They only have to go through the law to do that type of shit because there's so many all these CEOs who have websites and shit. They all talk to each other. The Patreon CEO has said as much, right? That they all talk to each other and constantly. So, I mean, we clearly do have a problem here, and it's beyond.
One of the problems is our fucking government's inability to understand what the internet is and how it works, and be able to address these things. Like, everyone looks at it like, oh, we don't know what to do. It's the internet. It's this whole new thing. It's like we're still trying to understand this.
Because a bunch of boomers are writing these laws, right?
I was going to say, you can observe that every time that they try to pull in Mark Zuckerberg or somebody into Congress, and you get these 80-year-olds asking them all their questions.
Right.
Very true.
Why couldn't we have got this shit during Christmas? Why?
Who gives a shit? Let's play another Vaughn video, and we'll call that the Vaughn segment. So let's see. So this is Vaughn's new workout routine. Okay.
Oh boy. What is he wearing? His Punisher shirt? What a badass.
Yeah.
Punish me, daddy.
Look at that floor. And who's watching cartoons while he's working out?
I had to get a drink real fast, and this is what I come back to.
Look at that house, man.
I'm going to put on some...
It's like one thing in the whole shelf.
Yeah,
bunch of shit all over the floor.
It's a picture of what his house looked like before it turned to shit.
Dude, the Netflix Punisher series has really gone downhill.
Guess what happens?
Oh, yeah, shit. I heard it was going to be bad.
Do not lock your knees.
I'm going to accompany this with some fitting music. So let's see.
All right.
Fucking teeth. But,
Exposed.
Yeah. Alright.
What the hell is going on here?
I don't know.
I'm not hobbling around like a goddamn fucking paraplegic or whatever.
Man, this is like 2006 quality.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think this is the only video I've ever watched where I actually feel bad for Vaughn, and here's my reasoning, because he actually seems so happy that he's gonna, he thinks that he's gonna get into shape and, be something that's worth looking at again. But we all know that he never got. We all know that he never got himself into shape. Yeah, I've been there too, dude. I'm there right now.
I'm still stuck on his house. Like, how could he have framed that shot and gone, yeah, that looks good?
How could you do it any worse, right? I mean, shit.
I mean,
look at that, dude.
Maybe that's just his style. He's like, I'm gonna give it to you raw. I'm not gonna clean up the house for you guys. I'm gonna show you guys how it is. I want to be 100% real with you.
Well,
I'm a slob.
Sorry.
Is Vaughn dead, dude? Holy shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
Rest
no,
in
he's
peace.
fine.
Oh, okay, he's all right. Yeah.
let me lay it down for y'all.
Yeah, let me lay it down. Oh my god, dude, he's trying to be taken so seriously with that gullet. You can tell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Okay, so let's see if I have something else to play. Oh, I do. Oh my god, holy shit, I forgot about this.
No, this can't be good.
New outrage this morning over disgraced comedian Louis C.K. mocking survivors of school shootings in a leaked recording.
I'm sure our guests will have a lot to say about it.
Oh, this one. We covered this on Insomnist. And let me tell you this. This is Louis C.K.'s best fucking work I've seen.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He's never been funnier.
I've
seen a lot of people say that.
I don't think it's his best material, but I think that it's among some of the funny shit I've seen him do.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
The story. Good morning to you, Paula.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, everyone. It was just a few months ago that Louis C.K. was accused of sexual misconduct. And now, as he tries to make a comeback, he's back in the headlines for all the wrong reasons.
You're not interesting. Because you went to a high school where kids got shot? Why does that mean I have to listen to you?
Louis C.K. is back in hot water after this audio leaked where he's heard mocking...
What do you mean back? He never left.
I know. He's been doing stand-up this whole time.
Yeah. It's like, when he goes fucking on stage and kills and never even mentions the shit that happened, they fucking fry him over it. They're like, oh, he's running away from it. But then, like, when he acknowledges what he did and actually, like, has,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's a problem for these leftists for the fact that he is working at all. Like, he should have just buried himself alive, and that would have maybe made them happy.
Oh, that would have been too easy.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he knows that they're not gonna back off either way. So like, he doesn't give a shit at this point. Like, even during the stand-up, he's like, my name's fucking ruined. I don't give a shit now.
Yeah, he says, I lost $35 million in an hour. What the fuck are you gonna do to me? Take my birthday away? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like, he owns it. That's
the thing about him, though. Like, even if I didn't find him, like, I do find him funny, but even if I didn't find him funny at all, I would still have huge respect for him for being like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to join this fucking bandwagon of everyone just apologizing for everything nonstop constantly. Someone has to be the fucking one to put their fucking foot down and say, enough.
How many times have you seen somebody fucking bend over and apologize for the outrage mob and then being like, okay, thank you for doing that. We can
every time except for Louis C.K.?
Every time.
Every time.
Even if this was like Kathy Griffin, like, even then, I would, if she owned it, I would just be like, good on you, fucking, like, don't bend down to the will of, like, massive fucking media.
Yeah, you really should say, I'm not going to apologize for a bad joke. The worst thing I'm guilty of is telling a bad joke. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's a joke. It's not like this, in all seriousness kind of take on a tragedy. No, it's shock humor. I mean, like, Louis C.K. is categorized often as, like, a black comedy and blue comedy.
Oh, absolutely.
Two very, like, cynical forms of comedy that focus on shock humor a lot of the time.
I know. It's really fucking stupid. They do this to comics all the time when they're like, oh my god, you guys, he said something, insensitive. It's like, have you watched anything he's done? Louis C.K. regularly says nigger in his set on his fucking Netflix special.
Can you say that on Twitch?
No, but kind of, yeah. I mean, like, it
was in context. It was in context of something, so I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah, Twitch. And by the way, both of our guests and Animancer and I were all black, so it's fine.
We're all black. We're all people of color, dude. Hell yeah.
I'm POC, and if you fuck
survivors
with me.
of mass shootings.
You didn't get shot. You pushed some fat kid in the way. And then, now I gotta listen to you talking?
Audience members
I'm so offended,
cheering on the
guys.
comedian, but on the outside, some
Audience members are heard cheering.
Yeah.
How awful.
Everyone in that fucking room was laughing their ass off.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god, you know what's more awful than anything else in human existence? People laughing. Isn't that just the worst? We need to make that end as much as possible. Like, no one should be allowed to laugh at anything.
I was gonna play a TYT video. I was gonna play a TYT video about this. But like, if I did so, we would have to stop like every 3 fucking seconds
I
at
would have
least.
torn my hair out, dude.
Yeah, like I was just kind of, you know what? I like it when I have a lot of stuff to just like jump into and criticize and make fun of. But that, you know, that's just like we're not gonna
Too
get
much.
anywhere with that. Yeah.
Sin, were you gonna say something?
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, maybe, but I've forgotten already.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Why would you like when these people come after you? Why would you bend over? Like, why would you want to kiss the asses of the people that hate you the most?
I want to ruin your entire career.
Because they scare you into, you know, they think that people think that their careers are going to be ruined if they don't appease the masses. I'm sure it's a pretty scary position to be in.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got a lot on the line.
Yeah, especially when you lose $35 million in a year.
Right. But if you're familiar with Louis at all, and like I said, I've watched everything he's ever made, and I get the impression that he already is the kind of guy that he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And who could lose $35 million and be like, well, that was a thing, and could just continue on with what he's always done.
I think
and
he should
they're
go
barking up the
independent.
wrong fucking tree with this, which you could probably say about just about any stand-up comic, because most of those guys aren't very apologetic.
That's true. That's how they make their career, by, you know, going out there and making jokes that make people laugh. Isn't the entire point of comedy supposed to be, you know, to some extent to make people laugh at, you know, tragedies around us and, you know,
and
make
it's
light?
even more interesting in the case of Louis C.K. is a lot of the stuff that he does besides his stand-up isn't necessarily funny. And he always has like people having conversations in his shows, like that show Louis he did, or Horace and Pete. He usually presents both sides and then doesn't really come down like making a clear statement about one thing or the other.
What a tool of the devil, man.
Yeah. So it's like, of all people to go after, I mean, Louis C.K. is pretty, you know what I mean? Like he's gonna help your cause if you're liberal, and to attack him like that is fucking stupid. And he's just gonna piss him off, and that's, you know, it's so fucking silly.
It's counterproductive for everyone. It's just all it serves is to further the outrage culture that we live in, so people have something to talk about on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I see Modern Medusa in the chat. Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hello, Medusa.
Outraged. Director and comedian Judd Apatow voicing his concern on Twitter, saying, "Why is it so hard to make amends? Instead, he sought new victims. It's super messed up and deserves discussion."
I gotta love that he seeks new victims. As if he like pulled out his dick on stage. Like, oh yeah, all of you now. I mean, that would have been kind of funny, honestly. That would have been funny. But
well, at least I would expect him to ask the audience first, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they all felt pressure to say yes because he's a powerful comedian.
Whatever.
Man, I should sue the drunken peasants because I've been a victim of laughing at their show multiple times. So it's time they give me some fucking.
Yeah.
And a father of one of the Parkland shooting victims, Fred Gutenberg, tweeting, "My daughter was killed in the Parkland shooting. Why don't you come to my house and try out your new pathetic jokes?"
Okay, so I'm not gonna, you know, like, I have sympathy for this fucking guy. Like, so...
I don't.
There's no
fuck that guy. And fuck his daughter, too. How about that?
Okay, that's... Okay,
with
fine,
consent.
But I do.
With consent.
Fair enough.
Just because, like...
But I mean, like, okay, let me just say
Louis
this.
C.K. didn't do anything to you. Like, he didn't hurt you.
Yeah, but, like,
This
here's the thing.
dude has to just fucking throw in. Why?
Because he's in the limelight, and something that relates to him was brought up by a famous person.
This guy.
Yeah, so, okay, so, you know, I feel fucking bad for his daughter being shot, obviously, but at the same time, it's like, you know, this whole, why don't you come to my house and, you know, That's just like internet tough guy shit,
Right,
isn't it?
exactly.
Like that's been around forever. It's like,
it's pretty lame.
oh, you said this thing that I don't like. Why don't you fucking say that to my face? It's like, what the fuck's Louis C.K. gonna do? Fucking fly to your house and just like approach you just for the sake of telling you a joke you obviously don't care for?
Right.
It's like screaming something out of the car window. It's like, oh God, if you know what, if I was there, you know what I did? You know what I would have done? Yeah, that's what I'd have told the bitch.
Yeah, I would have socked her right in the fucking jaw, dude.
Yeah, in hindsight, every person is just like a genius when it comes to any kind of social behavior. Like, I would have done this.
You're lucky I have my kids with me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's always a good one.
Actually, I'm not, because it means you procreated.
Jokes. As fans and critics wonder what's next for the comedian, another celebrity tainted during the Me Too movement gets ready for his public appearance in court. Kevin Spacey has been ordered
Okay,
by...
see, this is my fucking problem with news. I'm sorry for stopping it so frequently, but it just bothers me that they lump him together with fucking...
Of course.
All of this other Me Too shit. Like Kevin Spacey. It's like they're not on the same level.
They have
got
to
nothing
do
to
that.
do with that.
And they even have to fucking extrapolate with Louis C.K. because what he did, no one's saying that what he did wasn't done with consent, right? Like, no one's accused him of doing anything, but the way they justify the outrage is like, well, because Louis C.K. makes more money than these women, their choice has been removed from their brains, and they're no longer able to actually give actual consent because Louis C.K. he's got more money and he's more successful.
Yeah, women don't have agency because power. That's fucked up.
And that's what
like one of the most sexist fucking things you could say
power
too.
away from women by making them into instant victims whenever there's a man around.
Like, wow, that was easy.
That to me seems really fucking sexist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's like, as soon as money and power is involved, it's like, oh, they just say yes to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. Use your money and your power, and they just melt. It's their weakness.
It's like rapist and Louis C.K. Fucking look at this side by side. A rapist and somebody who jerked
they
off.
throw you under the bus without a fucking hesitation.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Like, how they know damn well what they're doing, and they're still doing it.
The media wants to push it as much as possible to tarnish these reputations just for the sake of making money and getting as many views on their dying fucking platform, because no one goes to... I mean, people still go to mainstream news, but no one's going to it like they used to. They're looking at new media outlets. Honestly, a lot of shit like us, like podcasts here on YouTube and the rest of the internet, that's where a lot of people are going to consume their media these days. So they don't want to hear these puffed up opinions that are bought and paid for. We might not always say the most intelligent things, but at least we fucking mean what we say.
Well, and that's good. That's fantastic. If it were up to me, these guys would all fail. Everybody would be just watching kids on the internet talk shit.
Will.
Yep.
They will.
They are.
That's kind of what, that's what we do. Like, I won't be happy until CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, all of them are fucking smashed into ashes, and I get to throw the sword back into the lake.
Yep. And you're only going to have to do is wait, because they're already on their way out. We talked about this too on Last Insomnist about how it seems like there's more and more paywalls on these New York Times and all these big media outlets. Their answer to a failing business is to start charging for their bullshit product.
Because for these companies' entire existence, they've been able to put any of their financial troubles onto the consumer, but this time it just won't work because there's too many alternatives out there doing something better, doing something more fresh, doing something that people actually want to listen to.
Yeah, with all their money and all their fucking resources and all that shit.
We were watching.
They're losing to people like Tim Pool. I have a lot of respect for Tim Pool.
Yeah.
But he is just some dude who wears a beanie.
Yeah,
and
I know, right?
CNN's ass every day.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We were watching Reliable Sources with Brian Stelter a couple of weeks ago, and they had this dude from the Wall Street Journal on there, and it was like a total sales pitch. He's like, "Well, I think that people are starting to realize that good content is worth paying for, and that's why we all have our paywalls now." It's like, yeah, okay. I don't know who told you to say that, but
where have you been for the last decade?
Several companies told him to say that. Stop watching TV. Start watching UHV. Television is like black spray paint to your third. Wow.
I have not watched television in like 5 years.
Me too.
I just haven't. Because it's full of shit.
Box.
It's like I'm sitting there being spoon-fed bullshit. Like all of it is just so fucking bad.
There's good stuff. I download and watch shows, but I don't actually watch TV, so I never see commercials and shit. But
it's a wonder
there's
that
still
they
good
charge
stuff
for
out
cable
there.
at all.
You gotta find it.
Yeah, it's true.
And you'll notice that sorry. I was just gonna say, like, you'll notice that like the donation thing works now. It only took like 27 fucking episodes for me to fix it. So it's good now.
You can send us your donations, and eventually we're getting there. Eventually we'll do the extra Underhaven show and give you guys an extra day of content.
Why are you guys doing this on Twitch anyway right now?
What's that?
How come you guys are doing this on Twitch right now instead of YouTube?
Because YouTube makes me cry, and well, part of the reason why we're doing it is I don't really consider Underhaven to be necessarily like a YouTube show. Like I put it out on Facebook, on all the platforms I can.
Yeah,
And
like, you can find us on YouTube, Twitch, Spotify, various other places too. So
another thing
for us, it's kind of like a way to like branch out and have our show appear in as many locations as possible.
Yep.
So and Twitch, by the way, is a very good platform when it comes to like monetizing viewership, as opposed to YouTube, where like they take like 30%.
Yep.
Interesting.
There is one thing I'll say though. Another thing I really like about doing it this way is we get to do like the live uncut editions here on Twitch, and if subscribers want to check that out, they can check out the VODs. Originally, I was just going to delete all the VODs, but whatever. And the edited, superior versions of the show go up on YouTube. So what the majority of people see is like a better, more refined version of what we do here on Twitch.
It is. So people listening on YouTube, check out our show at twitch.tv/TheUnderhaven.
If you want to hear all my stutters and weird fucking analogies that I cut out of the regular episodes, then you can find that.
Yeah. Thank you, guest, for naturally bringing that up so we could advertise it.
Yeah, thanks for that shill.
Yeah.
So you go through and you edit your whole stream after doing this?
Yep.
How long does that take?
Usually I get it out a day after, but it only takes me like a couple hours to do. To have it to go through and render it all. Yeah, because these shows that we do, they aren't overly long. They're at most like an hour and like 20 minutes usually.
Right.
It's easy.
Yeah,
I guess
Brian, I can edit our, like, we usually do about 3 hours, and I can usually edit a section of that in like an hour or so.
Yeah, 3-hour shows, it's a lot easier to get engaged for people, I think, like when you're watching it live, and people get a lot more donations when they run longer. I just can't do it because I've got the OCD, the ADHD, all that. I don't know if I actually have all that shit, but I act like I do. So I can't sit in one place for too long.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
President Trump says the partial government shutdown could last months or more than a year, although he hopes negotiations will be fruitful in coming days. But the president also says he's considering declaring a national emergency in order to build his border wall with or without Congress. The statements come on the day the stock market surged.
I like how Trump is like, he's like, yeah, I could do that, but I'd rather just do it the diplomatic way and work with the Democrats, but
Yeah,
that's the whole thing about this.
Aggressive bullshit where it's like, let me rephrase the way this is going down.
I feel like no one at all involved in this situation wants to like sit down and actually get something arranged, because the only people that this is going to at the expense of is the workers who are not getting paid their fair share, the workers who if they're not at home right now waiting to know when they're going to get their fucking jobs back, they're working out of the good of their heart just for the sake of doing it to no fucking pay. Like, those are the people that are really suffering right now, the American people. So that's why these politicians don't care. They have enough money lined up that they can arrange for most shit to be taken care of for themselves. They don't have to rely on that type of shit.
First of all, the federal government's budget is bloated and extremely wasteful. So
I agree.
If some non-essential government employees don't get paid, I'm really not too sad about that. And the fucking wall needs to get built. We need some kind of physical barrier, and it is, I think, akin to a national emergency. Something that just it needs to be fucking done. We have no border security. We have almost no border security.
But okay, here's the thing about that. Our border security is terrible right now because the people who normally are taking care of that type of shit, they aren't being paid right now. They're being spread out as much as possible. So this is making our short-term border security very.
Exactly. There's just too much of it. It's a logistical problem. There's not enough personnel, especially when there's thousands of migrants trying to force their way in. So this is even more important that we put up some kind of barrier at this point.
Wouldn't in my opinion, I just don't see. Wouldn't it just be better to have more people like stationed there and watching after these checkpoints and all that shit than to have an actual physical barrier? Wouldn't that make more jobs?
Would be, but long term, that's way more of an expensive to pay enough people to police the whole border. That's crazy. That's why most borders have walls. Like it's the most economical solution.
I don't know if most borders have walls. I mean, I can think of a couple, but sure. I'm not sure how many points of entry there are. I don't know if there's one at every highway or how it works, but I certainly think that, if you have one that's, 8,000 square feet, I think you could renovate and add to it all over the place, add more staff, certainly.
Yeah, I do agree. I just
but
think,
in all honesty,
way more expensive. That's like one of the most costly things for any type of business venture is paying employees.
I'm just like, the way I look at it, if we're really going to have this fucking wall, I just want it to be done efficiently, and I want, to get the most jobs out of it as possible. I want it to be like an actual, a good work of infrastructure. But I feel like with how no side is really willing to bend over on this issue, that what we get in the end, it's going to be a terrible solution for both sides that doesn't please anyone, and everyone's just going to be agreed upon for the sake of getting the government not shut down anymore, because people will be
not just that, but I mean, like, if you look at the whole wall idea, initially it was like, we're going to build a wall and Mexico is going to pay for it. That's not happening. And then eventually it's like, we're going to build the wall, we're going to make the wall either way. Like, we'll just pay for it. It's fine. Actually,
really
it's going to be made out.
Frustrated.
It's going to be more of like a fence, and then it's like, okay, well, we can't do that, so now we're going to have like a government shutdown. Nobody's really like changing their point of view on this. Okay, well, we're just gonna, I don't know, we'll keep doing that until it works.
Also,
it seems very ineffectual to me, even though it doesn't even exist yet.
I just see Democrats just resisting anything that Trump wants to do, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's true. They're going to do that, though. That's just that's what the political parties have been doing for a very long time.
It's tribalism.
It's even worse.
It's side A wants to do something that side B doesn't.
That's true.
So even if you feel like this is something we need, or the U.S. need, I'm not going to speak for the U.S., but
sure.
It doesn't seem effective in my opinion at all. Thus far, it's been a fucking catastrophe. So I don't know.
I think that Trump has. I think that he is probably more likely to get it done, to get his way, and not fucking do like what Obama did when it's not politically tenable. We just don't do it. I think Trump will do it anyway.
Well, I do think that they picked the wrong president to play chicken with, but
definitely.
At the same time, I think he should have handled it a long time ago.
They said earlier that this could last for months. I believe it. I believe that this could last for months, and that's really fucking shitty.
For all we know, he's been trying to get this done, and this is just how long it fucking took. I don't know. I don't.
We don't really know. I suppose. I suppose what matters at the most in the long run is I'm just waiting to see how this is actually resolved, and if it's resolved in an okay way, then so be it. But
that's not going to happen. It's going to end in a very sour kind of way.
Yeah, I have my doubts that I think everyone is going to hate how this ends. But
yeah, you're not going to have a fucking Christmas miracle at the end of it. It's like everybody got
along. The real problem, though, is it's not just an immigration issue. That the real issue is that there's a certain segment of our political landscape that has a vested interest in getting as many people into this country as possible, illegal or not.
Sure, I won't deny that that's true. I mean,
I just think the wall is a stupid idea because I don't think it's going to be effective. I think it's going to be like a symbol, if anything.
Well, yeah, I mean.
It definitely.
Well, I think that just because something doesn't solve 100% of the problems doesn't mean that it's not a good idea. Even if it only helped out like 25%, I don't think that makes it a worthless venture.
I don't think it's gonna prevent 25% of it. Honestly, I feel like there are other means of traveling other than walking.
Well, I mean, when I say 25%, I'm being really generous, but I mean, I think Israel's wall protects about 99% of them. But I think that, you know,
they
of course
live in the middle of like a Muslim hornet's nest. So I don't know if the walls are really that protective, but
I mean, people are still going to get by the wall, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be 100% solution.
They're going to run, jump, swim, fly, like whatever the fuck, overstay visas, sure. And that all needs to be
really
looked at
motivated
too.
people are still going to get by. But you know what? I think it will prevent is a lot less children being drug across the desert by their pieces of shit parents and dying. You know, I love how the left likes to put that on the border people who did everything they can to save these kids' lives, and nobody talks about the responsibility of the adults who drug their sick children through the fucking desert.
Well,
You know
it's an
what I mean?
appeal. It's an appeal to emotion. It's a tool.
Yeah, welcome to politics.
Yeah,
Everyone
that's all
loves
it
to
really
blame
is at the end of the day. But it is true.
And it works.
It does. Oh, it does.
Than expected jobs numbers for December, and the Federal Reserve Chair saying he will be patient with interest rate hikes. We have Fox team coverage tonight. Doug McElway is on Capitol Hill, where Democrats are firmly entrenched against the president's border wall. Correspondent Kevin Cork, though, starts us off tonight from the White House, where the president seems equally committed to his
had a better. Pause for a second. I think we just had a better panel discussion than these three schmucks will ever have there. So
yeah, I don't
you have
trust that
3
one on the
minutes to
left.
quickly discuss this very what the fuck do you call it? This very not pressing, but like
it's divisive.
Contentious. This very like contentious issue.
Yeah, please discuss and do your best not to answer any questions if possible.
Yeah. Try to say something for 3 minutes without actually saying anything at all of substance.
Let me put it this way: like if this was like a drinking game and you took a shot anytime somebody got cut off, we would all be dead.
Good evening, Kevin.
I like that guy's
Good evening,
tie.
Brett. Asked if he would consider those
This tie?
emergency powers to
No,
grant
the
himself the authority.
The purple one. Fuck that guy's. Fuck that. That guy's got a nice tie. Yeah, that's a nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all going to be reeing about, oh no, the president might use his authority that he's legally been granted by the.
Well, this is Fox News, right?
Constitution. Oh no.
So,
yeah, it is. It's right there. So, is it fake news or not? Ooh.
I was surprised when I saw like this headline and I just saw the whole story. I was like, really, Fox News? That's kind of surprising.
Yeah, I mean, like to their credit, I guess.
Yeah.
If he would consider those emergency powers to grant himself the authority to somehow fund the wall without congressional approval, the president said yes, he thought about it, and yes, he would do it if it came to that. Just the very latest twist in the ongoing debate about funding the wall.
Like we're in a fucking reality TV show here. I guess we are. But
we probably are.
Yeah, might as well be.
Oh, and ending the partial government shutdown.
We can use them, absolutely. We can call a national emergency because of the security of our country.
I gotta at least give it up.
We
This
can
is
do it.
way
I
more
haven't done it.
interesting
I
than
may
any
do it.
political talk that came out of Obama's presidency. I mean,
Yeah.
I
mean, like it's like pre-election. It's like this impassionate fucking like yes we can kind of theme to it, and then like after election, it's like status quo. Let me just maintain whatever people initially thought. It's kind of, a good example is like his opinion on same-sex marriage, because like initially he was against it. A lot of people don't know that. Initially Obama opposed it, but then of course the wind switched direction, and he stuck his finger out, had a feel for it, and then realized, oh yeah, wait, I've changed my opinion after reconsideration.
Don't knock it
He
till
did
you
that
try
with
it.
legalization of marijuana. He's like,
yeah.
Currently, it's untenable politically to approach that topic.
Well, Hillary was the same way when it comes to the gays.
Oh yeah. She said that marriage was something she believed God, out of all things, specifically wanted to be between a man and a woman. And then it's like years later, it's like, oh, I've changed my mind. It's like, wait, hold on. So you believe like the most powerful divine being imaginable, who controls everything, wants this, and you're just gonna defy that based on public opinion or what?
Talk about the most unelectable person in human history.
Even God himself could not persuade Hillary fucking Clinton.
I know.
Well, she was the one, as I understand it, she was the one that invented the whole birther conspiracy in the first place. Like, she totally threw Obama underneath the bus when she doesn't give a fuck.
That was a big part of what,
And then Obama endorsed her. That's the thing, too. Like, it just goes to show how fucking deep this shit goes when it's like, somebody who basically is part of the catalyst for the whole birther issue is then endorsed by the very person they targeted.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the 2016 election is I got to like see all these people who I was like, I think that you're an okay Democrat, and it's like, oh, you're gonna endorse Hillary. I guess you're not an okay person as much as I thought you were at all. Okay, oh, you're gonna endorse Hillary too? Bernie, how could you? You're gonna endorse Hillary? Wait, is everyone just gonna be a fucking sheep and we're all getting on the Trump hate train? What? Fuck!
Yep.
There's nobody decent representing the Democrats right now. It's
Nope.
good. Because I would rather have good competition between two parties. Some good candidates going at it.
That's not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, Trump kind of changed the game, and
He did.
the truth is, the Democrats don't know how to play anymore.
Yep, they don't have anyone like him.
Well, the closest I can imagine is Cortez, but even then, I don't feel like she's even close to it.
Oh no!
She doesn't have the name.
You know what?
That Ally
Maybe
is the Trump of the left, and I don't think anything could be further from the truth.
We don't know what she's gonna be like 6 years from now.
Right.
Like when she's old enough to actually be the president, maybe she'll get a whole lot smarter. I don't know.
Very unlikely.
Not like
We do it, but we can call a national emergency and build it very quickly.
President Trump today on the heels of a 2-hour meeting with Democrats here at the White House.
We just completed a lengthy
Oh,
and
no, it's the
sometimes,
devil.
contentious conversation with the president.
Why they let this bitch back in, dude? I don't get.
And people actually stand behind her. They're like, yeah, let's try
literally.
that again.
Let's stand behind her. Let's let this relic speak for us.
Skeleton Lady bad.
Not
She
looking
looks
good
like
for
ET
20.
and drag. I don't like it. Doesn't.
We're 1
fit
year
at
away
all.
from 2020.
Do you think she used to be hot?
No.
Probably.
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe before she fell into like a vat full of acid. Yeah.
she's pretty fucking old. Yeah. So.
I saw her daughter on the news the other day, and she was not
Oh yeah.
smash material.
That's usually a good indicator of whether or not. But.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wealthy people usually have pretty good looking kids.
Yeah, that's very true.
Very, very productive meeting.
Two viewpoints of a very important meeting
Especially Trump.
with a singular purpose: to end the partial government shutdown.
I'm not saying it was an easy meeting or even a kind meeting or a nice meeting, but in the end,
It was a meeting.
I think we've come a long way. We're going to be working very hard over the weekend.
It was the second such gathering this week of leaders from both parties in the Situation Room here at the White House.
Yeah. He looks just dejected beyond anything I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh
Damn.
my god. Lego man sad.
Room here at the White House. While neither side would share specifics about the conversations, the consensus was there's more work to be done.
The southern border
yeah.
is a dangerous,
You
horrible...
guys need to fix this shit and quick. Jesus.
Yeah.
Get a good resolution too, you bastards. Do something right for once.
No.
disaster.
No.
We've done a great job, but you can't really do the kind of job we have to do unless you have a major, powerful barrier, and that's what we're going to have.
Our aim will be to find a
Already got
solution,
Mike Pence.
not just simply to end the...
It looks like he's fucking Mike in the ass.
Just send Pence down there with a 9mm. He'll take care of it.
Yeah, I will say this though, like Trump is fucking tall.
Yeah, he's a.
How tall is
large
Mike
guy.
Pence though? Is he not like, I don't know? Maybe it's just that he's not that tall.
He looks like
Trump
a
is like-
dwarf.
At least 6 feet tall, right?
I know Trump is like at the very least 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
government shutdown to provide funding to end the crisis at our southern border, to achieve
I
real
love
border
how
security,
Mike Pence took a ton of shit for being like, you know what? I'm gonna play it safe and not be alone with another woman. And everyone's like, oh, what a prude! Oh my god! Oh my. Then Me Too happened, and it was like, maybe he was onto something.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sure somebody told him like, look, any person who can accuse you of this and have some kind of like legitimacy to it, like they're gonna do that.
Sure.
It's gonna fucking happen. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
especially
like-
him. He might want to be president someday, so
Yeah, I don't like Mike Pence, but I don't blame him for that.
No, I
honestly.
don't. Definitely not.
build a wall on our southern border.
The wall, the pillar of the president's promise to defend the border, and an absolute non-starter for Democrats who vowed to stand pat until the president reopened the government.
We have a disagreement on the refusal.
The Democrats are in complete resistance to anything that comes out of Trump's mouth. It doesn't even matter. They don't even think about it. They're just like, no, resist. Whatever it is, we resist.
Local zombie is indignant
news?
that this is happening. Up next.
Yeah, at this point, I'd rather just get a decent agreement going on here than just drag our fucking heels for months and months and months.
Yeah,
it's like,
it
do you
probably
really think
won't
that?
happen.
I know that I just asked myself in my head, like, do you really think that this is what your base wants? Unfortunately, yes, a lot of Democrats do just want nothing that Trump does, but eventually it's going to piss everyone off.
Yep.
I think, at least.
Yeah. I think we're done with this, honestly.
Yeah?
Let's talk about something else.
We can talk about one more thing, and then I'd say we can wrap things up.
Yeah. So, just trying to pick something. All of it's insane. I have videos about angels and Santa Claus making kids atheists.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that before.
Yeah, it's actually shock of God.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What have I done?
Okay, so let's just play this. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I've had it in my video folder for a while.
Alright.
It's been a while.
No!
Okay, you know what? Should we or should we not?
Wait, is this person auditioning to be the Joker in the new movie or something? Like, what's going... You know what,
This is the second video of this crazy bitch that I've seen.
Is it?
Yeah. She's wearing a different kind of clown makeup in another video where she's threatening physical harm on people for fucking with her.
Oh,
I'm going to
shoot up the YouTube headquarters.
SWEGTA, you can play a bit of this video. I'm gonna count to 10, and when I count to when I say 10 out loud, I want you to end it because I can't take more than 10 or 11 seconds of this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
3, 2, 1.
What do you do for work? And I said, well, I'll tell you. They were like, how did you get
10. That wasn't 10 seconds, but 10. Oh my god. Okay. All right. To the people in the audience, I'm sorry. I apologize sincerely.
You're right, Scoob. We're dealing with one sick son of a bitch.
Yeah, we the people of Underhaven apologize to you. So.
This isn't even the worst one.
He looks.
I don't know who this is. I had the video, so could you explain to me who this person is or what they do? Or what this is?
Oh, okay, because I sent you. You want me to explain it, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about this person, but they do, so.
She looks like the janitor at my work, and I feel like things are never going to be the same now.
Wow. Look at that that traditional balding haircut, that you normally only find in a Skyrim character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks like Rob Corddry.
It's the new Joker movie, dude. Hell yeah.
I can't believe she shaved the top of her head to get the clown look going.
I know. That's dedication, honestly.
Huh.
Sage Wanderer here, and welcome to my van down by the river. I am showing you a picture of a giant tree. So I had to get this out of storage and show you this picture because I wanted to talk about giant trees today.
Cool.
Okay.
And what better way than to show you an actual picture that hangs in my house when I'm actually living in a house and not in my van down by the river. So at any rate, yeah.
You'll notice that anytime he says van, he adds by the river.
Yeah, because he always parks it by the river.
Yeah, that's where he dumps all the bodies.
Took place in the Pacific Northwest. And here I am. All right, then.
Sage.
So, yeah, if you need to back up and look at that picture
I like
some
this
more.
guy.
There's some great photographs online as well.
I've liked this guy ever since I saw him slice a bottle in half with a katana blade.
Yeah.
But
Nunny.
How many of you have been out to see the giant redwoods in California? These big trees, there's something primordial and mysterious.
Someone
and
said it's a Chris Farley reference. Yeah, I've heard that before. Pimp Monk said it was a reference to something when he says van down by the river. But it actually is a van down by a river, so.
Yeah, it is.
You guys don't know what that reference is?
No, I'm too young for that shit.
Oh my God.
I know about Chris Farley, but
just Google Chris Farley van down by the river. It's Saturday Night Live skit.
How the fuck would I know to do that based on this
when
video?
It was funny.
Okay.
When it was
Fine, I'll
funny.
do that.
Yeah.
about trees. They're
During the Chris Rock, Adam Sandler.
I'm trying to remember the producer's name, but he was Sir somebody.
David
He produced
Spade
the Beatles. He was
He
a
produced
record
the
producer
Beatles?
that did the Beatles, and he was a knighted Sir. And his name
Wait, so
escapes
he was
me.
talking about trees, and now he's talking about the Beatles? What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm not following this guy. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's really hard to do it.
You know, I don't do a ton of research. I go a lot of times just off of memory.
Alright.
But and it's getting sketchy in my old age. But the yeah,
By
this
the way,
guy, this
sketchy, dude.
Knight, he did a series on the origins of music, and one of the series was on rhythm. And I think I saw this on the BBC, and I used to own the set of these videos.
I'm gonna skip ahead because fuck this.
I was a musician. And when we study lava flows that still happen today, we find no rock that mimics this in any way, shape, or form. So I think they're missing the fact that these things look like giant tree stumps. And those perfectly cellular pieces, have you ever stripped the bark off a tree and you pulled this string?
Okay, so wait. So the entire point of this video has been him being like, yeah, you know, there used to be really big trees and now they don't exist anymore. Like, I'm sure people could have come to that conclusion. Yeah, there used to be organisms on Earth that no longer exist.
Yeah, I've seen Planet Earth and all those fucking science documentaries too.
Yeah.
This guy's a boulder.
It's really interesting.
He's a boulder collector, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, dude, he collects boulders.
Yeah, we know one of those too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Pwn
one
the
of
lips.
those.
Pwn the lips.
Strands out, and it's made out of these strands that grow up.
Oh my god.
All right, Sage Wanderer, you have disappointed me for the
Nephilim
you know, after the last video we saw of him was him really impressing me and blowing me away with him cutting a bottle in half with a katana blade. But I just can't take this, buddy. Like you're forcing me to tap out. I'm gonna have to tap out.
Seems
And-
like
disappointed.
He seems like a lesser version of like G Time Johnny or something.
I call him he's like a hybrid in my mind between like G Time Johnny and an alternate universe version of TJ. You know, that got too old
and a bit of the truth from GTA San Andreas.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
All the trees. That there were these enormous trees that were huge as islands.
Oh my god.
Destroyed the
They were
environment.
huge as islands. Oh my god.
And that those trees, who knows how many thousands.
This is like a big
theology in
conspiracy.
there. But the idea that these things were once trees and that the fallen angels cut them down.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What the fuck did I skip?
The fallen angel. Oh my god.
For the purpose of starving the world because they were.
See, now it's getting good. Now it's
Yeah.
getting good. Like 13 minutes into this shit. Yeah.
Wow.
Sage, just kick off the video like this.
Yeah, with the angels, dude.
Yeah.
That evil. That they. It reminds me of something that Bill Mayer
Wait, so the
just
angels
said.
were evil?
Bill
Wait, what?
Mayer.
Bill
He just called him Bill Mayer, dude. He means Bill Maher, but he called him Bill Mayer.
Bill Mayer.
Bill Mayer, dude.
Mayor Bill.
I used to
A
be
few
a
weeks
fan of Bill
ago
Maher.
that he would like to see a recession and the destruction of the American economy so that because he thought that would get rid of Trump. That
Well, he
willing
did
to-
say that. In no uncertain terms, Bill Maher did say.
I think we covered that.
He's a fucking moron. Holy shit.
He is.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah,
the
dude,
disease just so he could have the cure.
I'm not. I'm not surprised, considering he's like an anti-vaxxer and has said plenty of other dumb shit in the past.
He's not an anti-vaxxer, but he is somewhat apologetic to anti-vaxxers.
You know what, you are right.
Is it more like
To be fair.
you know, we don't know question mark
Right.
that kind of thing? Okay,
Yeah.
I figured as much.
to throw the economy under the bus to get rid of Trump. And, you know, those Nephilim were willing to starve themselves and the rest of the world just to get the best of their enemies.
I'm a huge fan of this show
Don't.
Supernatural too, but I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, let's not bring it into real life. I mean,
Yeah.
next you're gonna be telling me that you're the Punisher, dude. I mean, come on. Let's.
So what do
let's
you
go-
think? Are
Jack's a
these
pretty good
natural?
character, but you know.
What
So
do I
what
think?
do you think?
I think this is awesome. Please continue making videos like this.
Yeah. But only like 13 minutes in. Make videos like the last 13 minutes, like into the video or whatever.
I think that
Then we'll talk-
I think your camera phone should shut off if you have it in portrait mode. It should just go
Yeah.
back to the home screen.
No, it should
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
it should just like
Just
detect
lock
that
the
mode
cord.
enabled for longer than like a minute, and it should explode. Like,
there you go.
moron detected. Doot, doot, you know.
But yep.
Yeah, you have to take it
Or
back
they
to the
once
store
treat-
and get it fixed for $700.
Blew off my dick.
And did the Nephilim cut them down as an act of war? Did that destroy our
I think we're missing some lore.
Garden of Eden to a great degree?
We've studied this guy's lore a little bit, but we still have much to learn. We're young grasshoppers, and considering that we seem to have made a bad impression on him, I don't know if we'll ever get the interview that we want.
We did.
But,
I mean, I know what he's
not me.
referencing.
I did. Let's be honest. I made a bad impression on him. I don't think it was really anything that you said that pissed him off.
I've actually heard the angelic conflict rhetoric before. It's pretty fascinating. It does sound like a movie.
Is it common?
It's not very common at all, but there is it's been a long time since I've heard angelic conflict shit, but that is essentially the whole reason why humans exist. It's like a bet between God and Satan for who, like, Satan is like, I'll just let people do whatever they want and they'll eventually come to me, and God's like, no, they'll choose to love me. And so they set up this whole thing as like to prove which one of them is right, and the angelic conflict is part of it, and the fall of man is part of it, and it's all like this one big narrative that sounds like a big budget movie.
That's like when two kids put their feet together and they're trying to call the puppy.
Yeah.
To see which one he will go to.
Oh yeah.
Snowball. Is that why people used to live to be 1,000 years and now you're lucky to get to 70?
It's been
100 nowadays.
I heard this shit.
Wait, did you just say people used to live for 1,000 years?
Yeah, it's in the Bible.
I noticed it too, but I was like, should I just like let him say that? Because it feels like if I'm gonna question everything he says, then I don't know.
Yeah, we do that
You
too.
think Noah
We're
lived to be like 900 years old or some shit like that?
I thought this guy was ending his video. I can't believe it went on.
Oh, he's ending it in like a few seconds.
Okay. Let's.
My grandma just turned 103. Granny's 103 now.
Wow.
Wow.
Anyway, tell me what you think in the comment section.
Oh, what? Your grandmother being 103? Okay.
Oh, and by the way, my grandma.
Yeah.
All right.
Just throw that in there.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. So, thank you to Insomnist for joining. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Anytime, guys.
Thanks for having us on.
All right.
It's about time.
Yeah, thanks
awesome.
for coming on,
you'll
guys.
find a link to their channel in the video info down below on YouTube. And with all of that said, take it easy.
Yeah, we'll be on in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, check them out. They're gonna be doing a stream.
Oh yeah,
soon.
awesome. Make sure to catch it live. You guys are on YouTube, right? Not Twitch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Peace.
Good night, guys.
Thank you.